Well, hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the Baseball Replay Journal. We have another one of these 1908 games for you here. We have the New York Giants at the Philadelphia Phillies for the second game of this series. This is April 15th, 1908. And Mike Donlin, first batter up for the Giants, swings and hits a base hit there to center field. Osborne for the Phillies fields that one, and up comes Larry Doyle, and John McGraw is going to hit and run, of course. Why not? And the hit and run works. Doyle gets the base hit. Donlin over to third base. Cy Seymour up. And if it worked once, let's try it again. And there is a hit and run single through second. One runner scores, other to third. That is that 44. 44s and 31s are our friends when we're playing either APA or playing NPIII because those are base hits when we hit and run. And up comes Art Devlin, power hitter, and we're just going to swing away with him since we don't have that F on first base. And there's a base hit for Devlin, and one runner scores. The other one, Seymour, is thrown out at third base. Devlin moves to second on the throw. And here comes Fred Tenney, 2-0 Giants here in the early going. And Tenney goes fishing double columns, and that's a double for Tenney, and that scores the runner 3-0 for the Giants, and Sparks is not pitching well for the Phillies at all. And there's a bad pickoff move by Sparks. Tenney goes over to third base. Tell you, if too many of these runs score, we may have to make a pitching change here in the first inning. There's a base hit, runner scores. There's only one out, and that one out came on the base paths. I've seen enough from Tully Sparks. And let's see who we have here. What we're looking for especially here are those Q ratings. So if you're not familiar with the way that APA-based games work, what we're interested in most of all are these Q ratings with the asterisk. So George McQuillan can pitch in relief, but you can see that most of his games are starts. We're not going to pitch him. Lou Ritchie is another idea. We could use him and sort of pretend that it's his start today. We could also go with Buster Brown. Buster Brown didn't have so many appearances. Or Frank Corridon. We're going to go with Buster Brown. The reason why is because he probably will not be on the Phillies roster all season, and we want to use him here in the situations that we have for him to be used. 4-0 Giants. They chase the starter off, Sparks, in the first inning. Spike Shannon up, runner on first base, 4-0. I tell you, 4-0 lead in 1908 is like leading 10-0 today. And the hits just keep on coming. There's a triple to left field by Spike Shannon. Roger Bresnahan comes up, and it's 5-0. 5-0 Giants, only one out. And here comes Bresnahan, and those dice are hot. And we'll see if he gets the air. He does get the air roll. That's an error on the shortstop. Error there on Doolin, and that scores another run. 6-0 Giants. And up comes Hooks Wiltsey, and we haven't even seen what he's like on the mound. And I'm starting to knock this camera around. And he gets hit by the pitch, and up is Mike Donlin again. 6-0 Giants here in the early going. And Donlin goes fishing himself for double columns, and that, we'll see. That is a home run for Mike Donlin. That is the first home run, I believe, though I don't remember the very first games of the season. That is the first home run in this 1908 replay. The Giants have chased two pitchers out of the box here in the top of the first inning. 9-0 Giants. My goodness. And we are going back with this plan. Lou Ritchie now the new pitcher for Philadelphia. And this is one of those where all hands are on deck. 9-0. One out, top of the first inning. The Giants have put down 9 runs in the top of the first. 9-0 Giants. Larry Doyle gets the second out finally. A little ground ball over to Bransfield, sort of a mercy out. Seymour hits a foul, and you start wondering how many more dice rolls can the Giants get. Seymour walks. This is the 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th batter of the inning for the Giants. We've played a whole game here as Devlin gets the base hit. We've played a whole game here for the Giants just about in the first inning. Fred Tenney now, 9-0 Giants, top of the first inning still. Tenney gets a base hit, loading the bases for Al Bridwell. And boy, where is that mercy rule? And Bridwell strikes out, and that does that. 9-0 Giants here, bottom of the first inning. Boy, I hope you weren't coming here expecting to see one of those really tight games as McGee has a little ground ball back to Wiltsey. That's one down. If you were expecting a tight one, you're going to feel bad about this one. Osborne hits a single and foolishly decides to steal the second with Kitty Bransfield up as if his run mattered. Bransfield now gets a base hit, and here comes John Titus. Titus himself goes fishing. Wind must be blowing out here in Philadelphia. Titus hits a double, and that scores 1-9 now. Never say never. It might happen. It just might. Knabe now hits a double, and it's 9-2 Giants. And Wiltsey's starting to have some problems out there as he walks Eddie Grant. Here comes Mickey Doolin. And Doolin hits a little ground ball back to the pitcher. 1-3 on the putout. Here comes Spike Shannon again. There's a fly ball to left field, one away. Things are settling down now as Bresnahan gets the walk. Bresnahan, it's interesting when you look at him for 1908. Bresnahan, you think I should bunt here? Bresnahan started almost every game in 1908. I think there were about 10 games that he didn't start. So when you have a game that has a fatigue system for catchers, they don't like Roger Bresnahan. Hooks Wiltsey gets a little fly ball there to left field, 2 away now. And Donlin gets the walk. And one of the problems that the Phillies have is they don't have much control on their pitching staff. My apologies, I moved this over. That is a 5. And there's a little ground ball by Larry Doyle over to third base. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Red Dewey now gets a single and steals second base. Here comes Lou Ritchie. The temptation to bunt is always present, but Ritchie strikes out. There's 1 away. And a little ground ball to third base. Dewey holds at second. 2 gone now. Osborne gets a base hit. Runner scores 9-3. The Phillies are hanging in there. And Bransfield gets a little ground ball to second base, put out second to short. And on we go to the top of the 3rd inning. Cy Seymour, first batter up. It's a fly ball, a little pop fly to right field. There's 1 away. And Devlin has a little ground ball back to Lou Ritchie. That's 2 gone now. And here comes Fred Tenney. And Fred Tenney goes deep and hits a double. And here's Al Bridwell, 11th hit for the Giants. Bag pickoff move again. We've had that roll before by Bridwell. Must be something with these dice, huh? There's the base hit for Bridwell. 10-3 Giants. 10-3. Top of the 3rd inning, and Shannon hits a little fly ball to center field, and that does that. Here comes John Titus. Hope that you're having a fun day. I'm having a lot of fun here today. Titus gets the base hit, but is thrown out stealing second base as Otto Knabe comes up. And Otto, well, we'll see what happens with Otto here, won't we? Otto gets a little pop fly to second baseman, 2 away, and here's Eddie Grant. And Grant grounds out to shortstop, top of the 4th inning. Roger Bresnahan up for the Giants. 19 hits so far in this game, 12 for the Giants. Somebody replaced my 1908 cards with 1930 cards. That's the only explanation I have. Hooks Wiltsey comes up by 7. And looks like he's going to hit into a double play. And he does hit into a double play. 2 away now, top of the 4th inning for the Giants. McDonald gets a little base hit, and here comes Larry Doyle. And there's a little single to right field, but unfortunately Doyle gets a little bit too greedy with the 7-run lead and is thrown out stealing second base. Mike Doolin now, and there's a little ground ball to short, 1 out. Red Dewin now, don't get the 2 confused. Dewin with the ground ball to second base. That's the 2nd out here of the inning. Lou Ritchie, and there's a little air on the first baseman. There's a little ground ball to Tenney, and he boots it. And there's a runner on first. And Sherry McGee now, a little fly ball to center field, and that does that. Top of the 5th inning now. Cy Seymour flies that one out to left field, 1 away. Art Devlin up next, and there's a fly ball to right field, 2 away. I'm telling you, these games are quick. Fred Tenney now, and there's a base hit for Tenney. We're not doing anything fancy here. We're just pulling out the string. Bach, runner to second. I was a little worried that we're going to have to make a substitution. Nope. Bach, runner to second. And there's a fly ball to left field. That does it for Bridwell. Bottom of the 5th inning now. And Fred Osborne comes up, hits a fly ball to center field. That's the 1st out. And up next, Kitty Brownsfield, a little ground ball to second base. And that is the 2nd out. And John Titus now is a base hit. And this inning is going to be over here with Otto Knabe unless he gets a lucky roll, and he does not. That is a 54, and there's a fly ball, little pop-up to the 3rd baseman. The dice cam, of course, not doing so well, as you can see, because I keep knocking the thing all over the place. In my excitement, Spike Shannon is hit by the first pitch, and up comes Roger Bresnahan. Boy, do you think that I should bunt here? 15 hits so far for the Giants. Runner on first base, top of the 6th, 10-3 Giants. Bresnahan hits a little fly ball to center field. Boy, I tell you, if it wasn't for that 9-run first inning for the Giants, this would be a close game. Strikeout for Wiltsey, and that's the 2nd out so far. Ritchie came into this game, Lou Ritchie, and has done an excellent job in relief. And for a little while there, I was worried that this one was going to last forever. Bottom of the 6th inning now, as it's a ground ball to shortstop by Donlin. Here comes Eddie Grant up to start the inning, and he is on an air after that ball's hit over to Devlin. Good fielding third baseman, Art Devlin, but can't get to that one. And Doolin now, and he hits promptly into a double play over to Devlin, who makes up for his error. Devlin to Doyle, and Doyle to Tenney. That's a twin killing. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Red Doolin hits a little fly ball to left field. On we go to the top of the 7th. And I can't even see myself what that was. That is 14. And there's a fly ball to left field by Larry Doyle. 1 away. Here's Cy Seymour. And Cy Seymour hits a single 16th hit of the game for the Giants. And then while Devlin's up there at the plate, Seymour decides to steal second base. And so we now have a runner on second base. I know it may or may not be realistic. I don't really care. We let the players do what they're going to do because they know better than I do. Devlin strikes out on that. That's 2 away now. And Fred Tenney comes up. It's all going to come out in the wash. It will all be okay. Tenney gets hit by the pitch. And here comes Bridwell up. 2 men on, 2 out. Top of the 7th inning, 10-3 Giants. And Bridwell gets a little ground ball to the pitcher, and here comes Lou Ritchie, bottom of the 7th inning. If you take away those 9 runs the Giants scored in the top of the 1st against the 3 Philadelphia pitchers, it would be a 2-1 Phillies lead, just so you know. Lou Ritchie, little ground ball to first base, or to the pitcher, I'm sorry, who throws it over to first. This one away. Sherry McGree grounds it to short. That's 2. And Fred Osborne hits one over to right field. That's 3. Top of the 8th inning now. Giants coming back up. And Spike Shannon once again is hit by the pitch. My goodness, Shannon having kind of a rough time of it out there. And I just want to see if it'll only show me his last 10 games batting here. And I'm just looking here to see if it'll show me his hit by pitch totals, but it won't. We probably have to go here into the stats and dig really deep into this. I'm not going to worry about this too much right now. We can look at this later on. We don't have enough stats for it to make much of a difference, but I believe that is his second hit by pitch here in the game. Bresnahan comes up and he walks, and here comes the pitcher, Wiltsey. So just so you know, NP3 is what we call a basic game. It's not designed to do really fancy things. There's no play-by-play, or I'm sorry, pitch-by-pitch. There's really not that much of a play-by-play account here. You have to use your imagination a little bit, and sometimes weird things will happen. You have to kind of go with the flow. Wiltsey hits the 65, and that is not going to be an error. And there's a pop foul to the catcher. 1 away, and here comes Mike Donlin. Real clutch situation, let me tell you. Only a 10-3 lead. Boy, the Giants need to get some more, and they're going to get something from Donlin. Already has a home run in this game. That is a 26. That will be a double. Donlin with 2 more RBIs. And up comes Larry Doyle. Now we're going to take a quick look here at how Donlin's been doing. And I tell you, he's been pitching he's been hitting quite well so far. He was, looks like 1 for 2 in the prior game, and so far today seems to be doing all right, huh? I noted that total was not quite all the way up to date, which itself is quite interesting. 12-3. I'm pretty sure Donlin has about 3 or 4, or maybe even 5 RBIs so far today. You tell me. You watch it. I'm just playing it. Doyle gets a base hit, scores Donlin, and then foolishly attempts to steal second base, up by 10. 18 hits for the Giants. Doyle's thrown out of second base trying to steal. Up comes Cy Seymour. It's 13-3. Boy, I picked a great game, didn't I? Seymour walks, and this inning just continues. And Devlin grounds out to third base, and that does that. And here comes Kitty Bransfield. Bottom of the 8th inning, and Bransfield reaches on an error. That's an error there by Doyle. Doyle, who is so excited about the offensive game he's having a great offensive game. He forgets to field his position. John Titus up next, and it's a little fly ball to right field. There's 1 away. Up now is Otto Knabe, and he gets that little base hit. Runners on first and third now. That's the way the Phillies will do it, right? They'll sort of poke you to death a little bit at a time. Meanwhile, the Giants are up by 10. Eddie Grant gets a base hit, and now the bases are loaded here, and we're keeping the infield bag. We don't care. Doolin now, little fly ball to left field, scores 1. The other runner holds, and now it's 13-4. Red Doolin now, and Red is going to clear those bases, and he does clear them. The double scores a number of runs. 13-6 now is the score. Double 2-run score, yes, batter to second. So here comes Lou Ritchie, and we might as well pinch hit here for Ritchie. Let's see who we have on the bench. And I remember Jack Latish from having played a little bit around with these teams before. Jack Latish is one of those guys who's around in the early years of baseball. We'll put him in, give him his cuts, and we may actually take Dewin out. I haven't decided yet. And nothing going there. Jack Latish ends up not doing what he probably should have and is out. Dewin now is going to come on in. So you have Kovaleski, who is very well known to people who follow this season. Is he on this Phillies team this early on? I don't recall. You have, let's see, Morin. I'm trying to remember which Kovaleski it was who was the giant killer. You might not want to put him in this one. We're probably going to put Morin in here. Yes, we're going to put Morin in at catcher at first, and then we're going to go through and we're going to change his position. I guess I could have changed the position when we decided to put him in at first. No problem at all. That's the list there behind of all the Skeetersoft seasons that I own. Yes, I own more than one. Up now is Fred Tenney here in the top of the ninth inning. And boy, I'm very amazed if you stayed with this one. Tenney grounds out to shortstop, 6-1 on the putout. Al Bridwell now, and he singles right field. Having a good game. 19th hit for New York. Shannon hits the fly ball to left field, and here comes Bresnahan, and he strikes out. But, of course, there's nobody left to see it. Now, Hooks Wiltsey, trying for the complete game, has not pitched well today. He gets the strikeout first. Wiltsey giving up 6 runs, 11 hits so far in this game, and there's hit number 12 as Fred Osborne is on. Up comes Kitty Bransfield, and, the Phillies technically could come back. But they're not going to do it with things like that little ground ball to second base. Just miss the double play the Giants do. Bransfield now on first base. 2 outs. Titus is up. Last chance for the Phils. And Titus might get on if this is an air roll. And you can't even see that, can you? It's 42. No air roll, nothing going. And that does it for this game. The final score here is the Giants 13 and the Phillies 6. And boy, that was a lot of fun. There was a lot of offense in this one, especially in that first inning. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you did, hit the like button. Why don't you leave a comment below? Let me know what you think. Let me know, especially if you made it to the end. I'm curious to know how many people do that. And subscribe, and we'll have more videos for you every day, including tomorrow. And I will see you then. See you tomorrow. Bye.